Okay, it's time to start our meeting. I'd like to thank everyone for attending the Committee of Adjustment meeting. I'd like to remind everyone as we get underway that this meeting is in person and online through Zoom and is being recorded. Everyone online will be muted with the exception of the committee, members, and staff. All comments and questions are to be directed through the chair from committee members, staff, and the public. I'd like to remind committee members you must speak into your microphone so that everyone online and in person can hear you. For those attendees that are online, your video picture will not be displayed. You will be muted and will not be able to unmute yourself during an application that you have not requested to attend unless you raise your hand. At the beginning of each application, I will call the application forward. The owner or applicant in attendance may come to the table to your right to speak with the committee. This microphone is live and you must speak into the microphone. If the owner or applicant is online, you will be unmuted. The committee will ask for comments from the public during each application. Please provide your name and address for the record. All comments, questions should be directed to the chair and only speak when it is your turn. If you are in person and would like to speak to an application one at a time, you may approach the podium and speak. This microphone will be live. If you are in the video portion of the Zoom meeting and you'd like to speak and your microphone is muted, please click on the raise hand button located on the bottom of your screen. Staff will notify me that you wish to speak. If you're attending by telephone and you wish to speak, please dial *9 to raise your hand, which will signal staff that you wish to speak. Once a decision has been made concerning your application, you're welcome to leave the hearing while the committee continues with the next application. The members in attendance today are Catherine Graham, Bruce Craig, Paul Veenstra by Zoom, I hope, Todd Robertson, and myself, Jim Keogh. Our staff in attendance are Senior Planner Lindsay Lambert, Planner Kyle Peel, and Secretary Treasurer Amanda Warner McKellar. The first item on the agenda today is the adoption of the agenda. Do any committee members have any changes they wish to make?
No.
No, sir.
Nor do I. So we need a mover and a seconder to, okay, moved by Catherine, seconded by Todd. Moved by Catherine, seconded by Todd, that the agenda be adopted as circulated. All in favor?
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
I am also carried. The second item on the agenda is the adoption of the minutes from February 25th, 2025. Do any committee members have any changes or suggestions they wish to make? Catherine?
No.
no,
None here.
None here either. So the same. I need a mover and a seconder. Moved by Bruce, seconded by Todd. That the minutes of the February 25th, 2025 hearing of the Committee of Adjustment be adopted as circulated. All in favor?
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
And I am also carried. And the third item is declaration of interest. Any members of the committee have any declaration, pecuniary or otherwise, that they wish to speak to?
Catherine, no.
none here.
Todd, no.
And I am a no also. We don't need a mover in a second. No, I don't think so. So the first application today is D13 2025-007-21 Vanston Road. Amanda, do you want to give us your spiel here?
Yes, and we have the owner online as well. The application is requesting variances from the township zoning bylaw to permit an accessory structure, a pergola, to be constructed on top of an existing uncovered deck. The accessory structure is proposed to be located within the minimum required 30-meter setback from the high water mark of the St. Lawrence River and the minimum required 30-meter front yard setback of the shoreline residential zone.
Okay, thanks, Amanda. Kyle, would you like to give us your report?
Thank you, Chair, and through you. So as noted by Amanda, the application in this case is seeking a minor variance to permit a gazebo structure to be located directly adjacent to the water course on top of an existing detached deck. So typically development is required to meet a 30-meter setback from the water course. However, the official plan does state that the placement of minor detached and unenclosed accessory structures, such as unattached decks, patios, and gazebos, may be permitted within the 30-meter water setback when they are a reasonable size for the intended use and suitable methods to minimize negative impacts on surface water, riparian lands, and the littoral zone are incorporated into the design of the development. In this case, the structure is of a size and scale that is understood to be sufficient for the intended use. Further, with the development being proposed on top of an existing detached deck, there will be no increase in impervious surfaces adjacent to the watercourse. As such, there are no anticipated impacts to surface water, riparian lands, or the littoral zone. And staff have included a recommendation that the applicant place native species vegetation surrounding the existing and proposed development to further enhance this requirement. As such, staff have reviewed the applicable policy tests for a minor variance and have determined that it does meet the 4 tests alongside all other applicable policy in this case. As such, staff recommend approval. Thank you.
Thank you, Kyle. Amanda, any other public comments that have been received?
Yes, we received comments from Ian Stewart, a neighbor, with no objections, and the comments from the Conservation Authority with no objections, and we've not received any further public comment.
Okay, thanks, Amanda. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak to this application?
We have no one in the audience and no one online looking to speak to the application.
Okay, committee members, have you any questions? Catherine?
I have no questions or concerns.
I have no questions or concerns either.
Todd?
None here as well. I think very well captured in your comments, Kyle. No environmental impact, no impact on adjacent properties.
Okay, I don't have either. So we need a mover and a seconder again. Moved by Catherine, seconded by Todd. Moved by Catherine, seconded by Todd, that application D13-2025-007 be approved subject to conditions as included in the planner's report and the decision of the committee. Ready to vote?
Yes.
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 And I am also carried. Okay, next on our agenda today is D13-2025-009-58 Front Street. Amanda, would you like to confirm things for us?
Okay. This is a minor variance application to facilitate the construction of a 2-story addition with a gross floor area of 140 square meters to the east side of the existing dwelling. To facilitate the proposal, zoning relief is required from the 10% maximum lot coverage of the Hamlet residential zone of the township bylaw. The proposed lot coverage for the property is 13%.
Okay, thank you, Amanda. Lindsay, would you like to give us your report?
Thank you, Chair, and through you. So this is a minor variance application proposing an addition on the southeast side of the existing dwelling for the property municipally known as 58 Front Street in Rockport. In terms of staff's review of the application, with the exception of the lot coverage exceedance that is the subject of the variance request, the proposal meets all other performance standards of the Hamlet residential zone. Staff have not identified any land use compatibility concerns with the proposal. No written comments have been received from the public, and the CRCA has confirmed that the development is sufficiently outside of natural hazards. In terms of water setbacks, the proposal is more than 30 meters from the high water mark of the St. Lawrence River and is more than 30 meters outside of the adjacent wetland. The staff's review of the application has determined, as outlined in our report, that the proposed zoning relief is consistent with the 4 tests of a minor variance as established under the Planning Act. The application is consistent with the land use planning documents that apply to the township, and therefore staff recommend approval in accordance with the details and conditions enclosed within the staff report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lindsay. Amanda, any other public comments?
No, we just received the comments from the Conservation Authority with no objections and no further written public comments.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone in the audience or virtually that wishes to speak to the application?
We have no one in the audience and no one online looking to speak to the application.
Okay, thanks. Committee members, Catherine, any questions?
I have no questions or concerns.
Bruce?
No questions or concerns. It is truly minor in nature.
I agree. Nothing here.
No, I have no issues either. So we need someone to make a mover. Moved by Bruce, seconded by Catherine. Moved by Bruce, seconded by Catherine, that application D13-2025-009 be approved, subject to conditions as included in the planner's report and the decision of the committee. We're ready to vote.
Catherine, yes.
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 And I'm also carried. Other business?
We have no other business to discuss unless anyone would like to bring anything forward.
So I need a mover and a seconder to adjourn. Right?
Yes.
Moved by Catherine, seconded by Bruce to adjourn. You didn't know you did that. Moved by Catherine, seconded by Bruce, that the committee of adjustment will adjourn to meet again at the call of the secretary treasurer. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
I am also carried.
Thank you, everyone.